I tested passing stats in eFootball, and if you want to become a better player, then you need to understand these two passing stats, their secrets, and the connection between curl, kicking power, and skill bonuses. Welcome to eFootball Lab. I'm Alamin, and today I'll be testing ground pass, through pass, lofted pass, and crosses in eFootball. We will be testing ground pass first. For this test, I changed the passing assist level from level 2 to level 4 for fully manual passing. For the testing method, I call the second man for kickoff and directly pass to my own goalpost. I used a macro on my keyboard application so that the keybinds for each test would be identical. I tested low pass stats from 70 to 99. I tested each passing stat multiple times to get the average data. From my testing, I found that when the low pass stat is lower, there is a higher chance of making errors. When the low pass stat is higher, the passes are more accurate. You can also see the ball trajectory from 70 passing to 99 passing. When the low pass stat is lower, the ball trajectories were far from each other. And when the low pass stat was 99, the passing trajectories were close to each other. Suppose you are aiming at the middle of this board. With lower passing stats, your chances of hitting outside this area are higher. But with higher passing stats, you can hit the middle almost every time. You can see the speed difference between 70 and 99 low pass. With a higher low pass stat, ground passes are faster and accurate. With higher passing speed, your opponents get less time to react and match up. Some people think kicking power also affects ground passes. Or is it just a myth? I tested ground passes with different kicking power stats. After doing multiple tests, I found no difference with higher kicking power. The speed of ground passes is only determined by the low pass stat. Now it's time to test through passing. I tested through passing the same way as low passes, but the results were identical. It was very hard to see the difference between all these scenarios. So I changed the camera to a different angle to see the difference. After doing multiple tests, I found the difference. You can clearly see the passing lane gap difference from 67 to 99 passing. When the low pass is 67, the chances of error is higher compared to 99 low pass. And it is not as accurate as 99 low pass. Again, I tested this with through passing skill. And when the low pass is around 82, it is almost identical to 99 passing. You might ask why? Because the through passing skill adds 20% to the low pass ability when using the through command. Now, you might be thinking, what happens to a player with 99 low pass and the through passing skill? As the stat cap is 99, if a player has 99 low pass and has the through passing skill, then the skill bonus is totally wasted. But low pass is still valuable for normal ground passes. It is not ideal to set it only 82 for your midfielders, because more is always better. Now it's time to test lofted pass. I will start with the current meta Capello lofted through pass. I tested this in 4 different scenarios. Each of them shares the same kicking power. You can see that when the lofted pass stat is higher, the lofted through pass is more powerful and accurate. Higher lofted pass has more speed than lower lofted pass. Also, when the lofted pass is higher, the ball trajectory becomes lower. With a lower trajectory, opponent's defender get less chance to react to the ball. Also, it will be easier for your players to receive the ball. Just like before, I tested again where one had 82 lofted pass with through passing skill versus 99 lofted pass, and the results were identical. The through passing skill gives 20% bonus to both ground and lofted through passes. Now the most important question, does kicking power affect your lofted through pass? I ran multiple tests with different kicking power, but I couldn't see any difference. The speed of lofted through passes depends on the lofted through pass stat, not the kicking power. Now for the lofted pass test, I used the in-game skill up training mode. After multiple tests, I couldn't find any difference between low and high kicking power. From my test, I found that when the lofted pass stat is low, the ball trajectory is wider, just like I tested with ground passes. With a high lofted pass stat, the ball lands closer to the player. With this defined scene, you can see when the passing stat is high, the ball trajectory is closer to the player. This helps the player to receive the ball easily. Now, one of the most important tests still remains, which is crossing. For this test, I will compare 65 lofted pass with 99 lofted pass. Let's run the clip. You can see 99 lofted pass has more speed in crossing the ball just by looking at the ball's shadow. Also, the ball trajectory is lower than 65 lofted pass cross. Your opponent's defender gets less time to react if the ball speed is higher. Now to see if any skill makes changes, I tested this with pinpoint crossing skill. And I found that 90 lofted pass with pinpoint crossing skill is identical to 99 lofted pass cross. Because pinpoint crossing skill gives a 10% bonus to lofted pass value. With pinpoint crossing skill, the animation of crossing the ball is different. The animation almost looks like a blitz color animation. Let's answer another question. Does curl make any difference in crossing? To find this out, I tested this with 76 curl versus 96 curl, leaving kicking power and lofted pass value the same. From this test, you can see curl actually makes a difference when crossing. You can clearly see the curve range. 97 curl have more curve on the ball compared to 76 curl. Now, does kicking power affect crossing? To find this out, I tested this again with two defined kicking power stats. And I was very surprised to see there was no difference, as both crosses were almost identical every time. Then I tested this with corner kick set piece. Now you can clearly see the difference between kicking power. Kicking power does not affect your crosses, it only applies to set pieces. Now, you might ask why some players' crosses feel different. It's because of their boosters and player ID. For example, the new David Beckham comes with a crossing +3 booster, which gives him +3 in lofted pass and +3 in curl. If you also give him a crossing booster, then he will get additional +1 in curl and lofted pass. As only boosters can break the 99 cap, his lofted pass and curl stat can reach up to 103. Also, only a few players with edge crossing skill have high curl and a high passing stat. Now, in the end, how should you distribute passing stats to your players? Well, it's pretty complicated and totally depends on your playing style. If you play position game and make lots of passes, then your midfielders should have at least 90 in low pass, and your strikers should have at least 70 to 80 low pass. Some strikers have much lower passing stats. Lower passing stats do not mean he won't make good passes. It just means the chances of making errors is greater. But more passing stat is always better. And every player should have the through passing skill. For lofted pass, if you cross frequently with your wingers or fullbacks, then you should aim to have 90 lofted pass with pinpoint crossing. Also, try to give them more curl if possible. Because increasing curl stat also increases finishing, which is very useful for wingers. Kicking power does not affect your passes, but with that your speed and stamina also increases. So you always have to make a balance between all of them. There are some other skills that make a big difference in passing, which I will discuss in future. I'm Alamin, thanks for watching. Click here to watch more videos like this.